This year marks the 150th anniversary of the discovery of the world's largest gold nugget, a giant lump of the precious metal that was unearthed just over an inch below the ground by two English miners in Moliagul, Australia. We take a look at this and dig up the other biggest single gold finds of all time. Lady Luck Nugget. The vast majority of supersized gold nuggets have been discovered in Australia. First up is the Lady Luck. The 617-ounce beauty was found in August 1887 at Sulky Gully, Ballarat, Victoria by the Midas Mining Company and named in honor of the then Governor of Victoria's wife. Canha For Nugget. A number of eye-popping nuggets were discovered during Brazil's Serra Pelada gold rush in the early 1980s. Notorious for its high levels of crime, the Amazonian gold rush also caused considerable environmental damage. The fifth biggest nugget found, the Canha 5, weighs 646 ounces and is on display at the Blanc Central Museum in Brasilia. Dogtown Nugget. America's third largest true gold nugget was found at Moliagul, California in 1859. Weighing in at a hefty 711 ounces or 54 troy pounds, the hunk of gold is variously known as the Dogtown, Willard, or Moliagul Nugget. A party was held following its discovery, and the nugget was melted down not long after. To Nugget. This shiny piece of the precious metal was discovered by Chinese prospector Liu Qing in April 1871 at a depth of just under 13 feet at Countess Paddock, Berlin, now Riola, Victoria, Australia. The sizable nugget was melted down, but a replica forms part of the mineralogy collections at Museum Victoria. McAvoy Nuggets. Discovered in either 1857 or 1858 by Nicholas McAvoy and Walter Palmer, the McAvoy Nuggets were, like the To Nugget, unearthed in the gold-rich Riola locality in Victoria. No longer in existence, they weighed 810 ounces, 805 ounces and 782 ounces respectively. Normandy Nugget. A far more recent discovery, the stunning Normandy Nugget was found in a dry creek bed in Kalgoorlie, Western Australia in 1995. The property of the Newmont Mining Corporation, the sparkling hunk of gold, which weighs 899 ounces, is currently on display at the Perth Mint. Poseidon Nugget. Staying in Australia, the Poseidon Nugget was found at the eponymous goldfield in the mining town of Tarnagulla, Victoria in December 1906. Weighing a total of 953 ounces, according to contemporary news reports. The weight on the image is incorrect. The find, just before Christmas, inspired a festive gold rush. Hand of Faith Nugget. The spectacular Hand of Faith Nugget is the largest discovered using a metal detector. On display at the Golden Nugget Casino Hotel in Lake Charles, Louisiana, USA, the dazzling rock was found by Kevin Hillier near Kingower in Victoria, Australia in September 1980, a mere 12 inches below the ground. It was reportedly sold at the time for over $1 million, which is $3.1 million in today's money. Viscountess Canterbury Nugget. Another splendid nugget that was discovered in the gold-rich Riola locality in Victoria, Australia. The Viscountess Canterbury was found at John's Paddock, Berlin in October 1870. Weighing in at 970 ounces, the nugget was named after the wife of the then Governor of Victoria, John Menor Sutton, 3rd Viscount Canterbury. The image shows a replica of the nugget. Canadian 3 Nugget. One of the largest nuggets discovered during Australia's Victorian gold rush, which established marvellous Melbourne as the country's second city. The 1,099-ounce Canadian 3 was found in January 1863 at Canadian Gully, Ballarat. This painting depicts the tent city that sprung up in the area during the rush. Heron Nugget. Named after a popular gold commissioner rather than the aquatic bird, the Heron Nugget was found near Old Golden Point in Friars Creek at the Mount Alexander goldfield in March 1855 during the Victorian gold rush. Weighing in at 1,106 ounces, the nugget was sold in England not long after its discovery for around $558,000 in today's money. Viscount Canterbury Nugget. Like the aforementioned Viscountess Canterbury Nugget, its partner find, the Viscount Canterbury Nugget, was discovered at John's Paddock, Berlin in the gold-loaded Riola locality in Victoria, Australia. The 1,114-ounce nugget was found several months before the Viscountess Canterbury in May 1870. Saracens Nugget. Named after the famous ship, the Saracens Nugget is another famous discovery that was found at Canadian Gully, Ballarat during the Victorian Gold Rush. It was unearthed by a French sailor in January 1853 at around $859,000 today. Golden Eagle Nugget. The Golden Eagle Nugget, so named on account of its resemblance to the majestic bird, was discovered by 17-year-old Jim Larcombe at Larkinsville, Western Australia in January 1931. The 1,135-ounce find was a headline-grabbing national sensation, making front-page news down under. The nugget was eventually sold to the Western Australia government for several thousand Aussie dollars. Canha For Nugget. The fourth largest nugget discovered during Brazil's infamous Serra Pelada gold rush of the early 1980s, the Canha For Nugget weighs 1,185 ounces and is valued at a cool $1.4 million. Like the other major nugget finds of the gold rush, it resides at the Blanc Central Museum in Brasilia. Canadian To Nugget. The 1,224-ounce Canadian To Nugget was discovered at Canadian Gully, pictured in 1850, Ballarat in January 1863, slap bang in the middle of the Victorian Gold Rush. It's valued at around $1.2 million in today's money. Canha Nugget. Notable for its distinctive ferrous red hue, the Canha Nugget is the third largest nugget unearthed during the Brazilian Serra Pelada gold rush of the early 1980s. Valued at around $1.5 million, the rock, which weighs 1,230 ounces, is on display in all its crimson glory at the Blanc Central Museum in Brasilia. Great Triangle Nugget. The Great Triangle Nugget is the largest discovered in Russia. Mined by prospector Nikifor Syotkin at Mias in the Ural Mountains sometime during 1842, the exquisite lump of gold weighs in at 1,277 ounces. It is on display at the Kremlin Armory in Moscow as part of the Diamond Fund. Canha Nugget. The second biggest nugget found during Brazil's Serra Pelada gold rush of the early 1980s, the Canha has a weight of 1,430 ounces. As is the case with the other significant nuggets discovered during the gold rush, it is available to view at the Blanc Central Museum in Brasilia. Lady Hotham Nugget. Named in honor of the wife of Sir Charles Hotham, then Governor of Victoria, the Lady Hotham Nugget was found by a group of 9 miners at the gold-packed Canadian Gully in Ballarat in September 1854 during the Victorian Gold Rush. It weighed in at 1,576 ounces and is valued at $1.8 million in today's money. Monumental Nugget. The largest gold nugget discovered in America was suitably named the Monumental. Weighing in at between 1,648 and 1,696 ounces, it was discovered by 5 prospectors in August 1869 in the Monumental Claim in Sierra County, California. The find was sold to wealthy San Francisco hotel owner Robert B. Woodward not long after for a bargain $13,000, around $240,000 in today's money. Precious Nugget. Like the To Nugget, the so-called Precious Nugget was found at John's Paddock, Berlin, now Riola, Victoria, Australia, and it was also discovered by a Chinese prospector. Unearthed in January 1871, the nugget is valued at $1 million today. It was named after landowner Precious C. Williams. Blanc Nugget. The Blanc was found by a team led by Scottish prospector Sam Napier in August 1857 at Kingaroor, Victoria. Named in honor of the daughter of the then colonial governor, it was shipped to London and displayed at the Crystal Palace. The nugget was later sold to the Bank of England for $12,000, which is $1.7 million in today's money, and melted down to make 1,000 sovereign coins. Leg of Mutton Canadian Nugget. The largest gold nugget discovered at Canadian Gully, Ballarat. During the Victorian Gold Rush, the leg of mutton or Canadian was found on New Year's Day 1853 at a depth of around 60 feet. Weighing in at 2,144 ounces, it went on to sell for $5,532, which is about $892,000 in today's money. Canha Nugget. The largest surviving true gold nugget on the planet, the Canna is the biggest lump of gold extracted during Brazil's Serra Pelada gold rush in the early 1980s. Valued at $2.6 million, it is on display to the general public at the Banco Central Museum in Brasilia, along with its smaller counterparts. RNC Minerals To Nugget. Not a true nugget as such due to its impure content, this enormous gold-encrusted rock was discovered in September 2018 at RNC Minerals' Beta Hunt mine near Pelada, Western Australia. Is valued at $2 million, the impressive slab reportedly contains 1,600 ounces, 45.4 kilograms, of pure gold. Welcome Nugget. The biggest nugget discovered in gold-rich Ballarat, Australia, the Welcome Nugget was unearthed by a group of miners from Cornwall, England in June 1858. It was sold for $10,500, which is $1.7 million in today's money. Like the Blanc Barclay Nugget, the huge lump of gold was exhibited at London's Crystal Palace and eventually bought by the Royal Mint and melted down into sovereign coins. RNC Minerals One Nugget. Miners working for RNC Minerals unearthed an even larger gold-encrusted rock at the Beta Hunt mine in Western Australia back in September 2018. This eye-opener weighs in at a back-breaking 3,351 ounces and is said to contain around 2,400 ounces, 68 kilograms, of pure gold valued at $3 million. Welcome Stranger Nugget. The magnificent Welcome Stranger, the granddaddy of all true gold nuggets, was found by English prospectors John Deason and Richard Oates in February 1869 at Moliagul in Victoria, Australia. Weighing in at a jaw-dropping 3,524 ounces, the monster nugget was broken up into 3 pieces that were later melted down. It would be worth at least $3 million if still intact today. Holterman Nugget. While the Welcome Stranger is the largest gold nugget ever found, the biggest single gold specimen discovered on the planet is the Holterman Nugget. Unearthed in October 1872 by German-born miner Bernhard Holterman at Hill End in New South Wales, Australia, the gold embedded in quartz specimen weighed a staggering 10,229 ounces. The rock is valued at $1.7 million in today's money before it was crushed and the gold extracted.